been gone 3 years, 2 years on YouTube. It's been gone, and you've not told them where you've been. And then next of all, you've got a car. Are you a drug dealer? Like, what's going on? Just tell them, all right? I can't keep doing this. I can't keep bailing you out. Alright, I went away for a bit. I did some cool stuff, and so this video is going to basically explain where I've been, what I've been up to, and also you've submitted questions. If I'm honest, I don't know what I expected, but you've nailed it. You've assassinated me. Should be a good video. Let's do it. This is basically the story of how I ended up getting a Porsche, and you've basically asked me lots of questions as well, which I'm going to get through. I'm going to answer towards the end. They are absolutely terrifying. People did not hold back. This is going to be the version of when I last saw you online, which was June 2018 through to now, which is, well, lockdown. Is day 12 of lockdown? Do dates even matter anymore? I don't know. I don't even know the day. 28th of March 2020. So basically I'm going to start to tell you the story of how I came to own a Porsche. So the real reason that I left YouTube and didn't go back to it and didn't do anything more on there, having done car content for like 2 years, slightly more, was that I went to work for Aston Martin. Now, my background before that was in marketing. A reasonably senior level, reasonably. I've worked at a pretty senior level in marketing for pretty much the last probably 15 years now. And then I got approached by Aston Martin saying, do you want to come and work with us in the marketing team? So as part of that contract, they couldn't actually talk about any other car brands. You can imagine that there's a bit of a conflict of interest if I start going out and reviewing a Ferrari one week and then a Lamborghini the next, but then my actual job is to make Aston Martin shout louder. Really, I wouldn't be doing anyone any favours. There's no real genuine way that I could carry on going onto YouTube saying how good cars were without actually being biased and actually coming at it from the version of the people that are actually paying me most of my money. So I worked at Aston Martin for a year and a half, 2 years, then left in October. That is about the time that I bought a Porsche. So if you look back on all of the different cars that I'd driven, there was an ongoing theme throughout a lot of them. I tended to do quite well from like VW videos, but the real piece that I was always talking about quite frequently was the Porsche Cayman, specifically the 718 Cayman and the Alfa Romeo 4C. Oh, I've not even got to the interesting questions yet. Honestly, it's an assassination. You're gonna find out stuff that you might not have known, trust me. So the Cayman I had an ongoing relationship with a story that you're going to find out when some of the questions come along. But the first car that I actually reviewed on YouTube was the new 718 Cayman. The problem that I thought it had with it, which is kind of well known in the Porsche circle, is it's got a 4-cylinder engine and it doesn't sound great. The 981 Cayman that came before it was actually much better in terms of the engine sound, and styling wise looked pretty similar. Balanced with that was something I never expected to come along, which was the Alfa Romeo 4C. That car was basically like a track day weapon. It was beautiful. It was probably one of the most beautiful cars I think on the market, and I just fell in love with it completely. As my last YouTube video was on the Alfa Romeo 4C, I was debating whether to buy that or a Cayman. I tried to buy that car, that 4C that was in that video, from Alfa Romeo, but because things just kind of spiraled and started working for Aston Martin, that kind of went off. Now, if you know anything about Caymans, they basically have gone through a few facelifts over the years, but still is one of the best Porsches for the money in my view. Also the PDK gearbox, the double clutch gearbox, absolutely amazing. Probably the best gearbox I'd say on the market. I'd compare it only to a Ferrari 488 that I drove with Joe Sugg and my dad. Check out that video. The fact of the matter is, financially, the 981's kind of holding their value versus the 718 Cayman, which was starting to slide off. Now Chris, my friend, had a 718 Cayman, and you might have seen the videos for that. I can put a link down above. Down above? Up above. Up above. Down below. It'll be up above. Yeah. So Chris had the 718 Cayman and it was beautiful. Like, I honestly loved it. We spent time together speccing it, just talking through what the spec is. I reviewed the spec in a video that you've probably seen as well. But for me, the engine was still a sticky point and the amount of cost that it retained. So the opportunity came up to buy a 981 GTS Cayman. I bought it in quite... It's yellow, okay? There's no other way of saying it's yellow. It's very, very bright yellow. It's got Porsche detailing and lots of very expensive, not nice. I said the word expensive. I promise I won't talk about money in this video. Rewind. So it's got a lot of nice trim and a lot of different options that are inside there that again are yellow. Only problem I've got is now I cannot make videos with it because we're in lockdown. It's a shame because I wanted to show you all what it's about and how it works, but I can't. Sorry. What I can do, however, is answer some of the questions that you've been asking. There's probably one sensible question. Oh, you guys. Okay, how have you been upkeeping your Porsche? Actually, it's been more difficult to upkeep the Porsche than I actually thought it would be. Generally, as a rule, it's got a lot of paint protection film on it, which I was really kind of obsessed over because of a previous thing where I tried to film with a car and caused £10,000 worth of damage to the front of it by not getting it paint protection filmed. Secondly, you have to do loads of stuff with Porsche to keep the warranty going. So there's basically like a half service and a full service that you have to get. There's certain intervals that you have to keep up to make sure that actually the warranty is legitimate, and I've got a kind of extended warranty. Other than that, I just keep it clean and try and just drive it. Even if it's just taking it out for a day, just to stop the tyres going flat, because what happens if you have a lot of weight on tyres and it sits for a long time, they create flat spots. Okay, next question. Okay, this is when it starts to go stupid. Okay, this question was from Rosie Whittingham. Were you worried about having a Porsche after wrapping your first one around a tree? Rosie Whittingham has a sense of humour. The thing is, right, I was just driving normally. I was pretty much stood still. This tree just hoons it round the corner, isn't looking where it's going. Next thing I know, I'm upside down, things are broken, and the car's writing off. For anyone that doesn't know, it is true that I bought a Porsche Cayman at the age of 26 and I didn't keep driving it at 27 because it had less wheels and less side and it didn't have much of a chassis. It was a winter's day and it doesn't matter what excuse I give, everyone assassinates this story every time. It was ironic that the first guy that I'd driven after writing off a Cayman was the new Porsche Cayman, and that I'd been invited by Porsche to go and review that. Yeah, I was worried more for whether other people would worry, more would my friends and family worry that I'd got another Cayman. That was kind of the biggest concern, and that's why I'd really left it like 5 years before buying the next one. Yeah. Thanks, Rosie. Appreciate the question. Next time, send one that's a bit nicer. Appreciate it, love. Oh, God. Okay, this one's from Archer's View. He's left his Instagram handle. It's at Archer's View. There's always one, isn't there? Is a Porsche still referred to as a knob extension? I don't know. I don't know, Ryan. Probably. Probably is. But thanks for the question, Ryan. These questions just get better. Would you rather have £5 million but only be able to spend it during isolation, or £1 million as soon as isolation finishes? Do you know what? That's not the worst question. That was from Daniel Hill. Good question, Daniel. Better than the last one. Surely I can take 5 million, keep £1 million for myself for afterwards, give the... Oh no, you can only spend it during isolation. I was just going to give it to my family. Surely I could just buy more cars or a house. I can like keep the assets afterwards, surely. What are the terms and conditions, Daniel Hill? What are they? Dunno. This is from Kieran Buzzard. When your YouTube channel gets really big, ... Why do you have to put the ... Where's the confidence, Kieran Buzzard? You didn't even need the ... You could have just left it when your YouTube channel gets really big and Hollywood buy the... Like, you could have just gone with it, but no. Thanks. When your YouTube channel gets really big, and Hollywood buys the rights to make your life story, which actor would you want to play you? I think originally it would have been someone attractive, but over time it's probably going to be Phil Mitchell, isn't it? It just is. And the last question, what's the most expensive thing you've broken? Well, I think if you've been watching people, you could probably guess where the answer's going with this one. I broke a Porsche once. Luckily, I think most people have forgotten about it. Only thing that makes me question that is that 11 people sent me the same question asking, what did you do when you wrote off your Porsche? So that's basically the story of how I came to own a Porsche. I'm going to be taking it on the road trip to the Champagne region. So if you've not seen that, there's a previous video that shows you a bit more about it, and also drop me a note in the comments and I can send you more information. Thank you guys for watching. That was, wow, that was just terrible, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. I feel worse now, you feel better, everyone's smiling, I'm not. This is great. I've been Craig. Make sure to subscribe. Bye bye. Rosie Whittingham. Who are you? What a question. And Archer's View. Knob extension. Jeez.